What is the purpose of method? To perform the task. What are the advantages of methods? Modularity, reusability. Modularity, reusability is advantages. Okay. How many categories of methods are there? 4 categories. What is first one? Methods with arguments and with return value. Second one, methods with argument and without return value. Third one, method without argument with return value. Fourth one, without arguments, without return value. 4 categories of methods. Okay. You are learning first category. Return type can be primitive type, reference type. How many primitive data types are there? 8. What are those? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. What are the reference data types? Arrays, strings, classes, interfaces, enumeration, dash dash, etc. Okay. See, first category method you studied. Now, just I'll ask questions. How to call the method? That is, I'll ask. Give me answer. See, method name. Method name, add integer A, integer B, integer C. Here return type integer. This is a method. This method I want to call. Is it instance method or class method? Instance method. Member of a class is called instance method. So it is a member of a class. It is called instance method. How many ways to access? What are those? This method I want to call by using object. What we have tried. Including return type. Including return type. Int some x equal to new demo dot add 3 numbers you have to pass. Okay, 3 numbers you have to pass. Now system dot out dot print and leave it. Unlike calling important. Okay, if I give this type of method, this type of calling is important. Okay, if I give like this, you have to call like this. Now with object reference I want to call. What we have tried? Demo d equal to new demo. Next, return type integer some y equal to d dot add 3 numbers. Okay. Now this type of line I'll give. This type of lines you have to give. That knowledge is required to learn advanced Java. Okay. Now I'll give one more. Return type boolean. Okay. Method name equals parameters float A, float B. Now this method I want to call. Now by using object. What we have tried? By using object. Return type also. Okay. What we have tried? Boolean some x equal to new demo dot equals. Now like this I'll write. Is it valid? Is it valid? No. What we have tried? F compulsory in Java. Otherwise it will take double. Okay. Now it is float. Here object created with that object equals method called. These 2 floating point numbers copied in A and B. Result written. The return value stored in boolean. Okay. Now this type of line, if I give this type of line, you have to give answer. That knowledge is there. Advanced Java, very simple. Okay. Now next, by using object reference I want to call. Demo d equal to new demo. Next, boolean y equal to d dot equals 2 floating point numbers. Okay, like this. Like this you can call. Now these are no need to write, just practicing purpose. That's it. Now one more. Integer method name fun, which will take boolean A, boolean B. Now This method by using object I want to call. What we have tried? Int x equal to new demo dot fun. True or false. These all you can pass. By using object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Next, int y equal to d dot fun. True or false. Okay, let this you can pass. Now, like this, if any method if I give, can you give answer like this or not? Possible, no? This knowledge required for learning advanced Java. Okay, it is the most important. Now, you have seen yesterday primitive types. Now, reference type I'll add. That is also required. Now you observe method name add elements. Method name add elements. Parameter array. The array type. Okay. Now return type integer. It is primitive type. Now here this parameter, it is array type. This is reference. This is primitive type. It is array reference type. It is primitive type. Say parameter is reference type. Return type is primitive type. Like that I given. Now it is array of elements. Say here integer array some x equal to one array of elements I'll write. Okay, like this array of elements. It is called array initialization. Okay. Now with object or with object reference. By using object how to call you studied. By using object reference how to call you studied. But maximum times we use object reference. If class method is there, maximum times we use class name. Now present I'm going to use object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Now that method I want to call. What is the return type? Int. Int y equal to d dot add elements x. Okay. Here we have tried some logic. Logic we have tried. Now here this integer array elements I want to add. You studied loops. While loop, do while loop, for loop. One more loop is there. For each loop. It is more better, no? What we have tried? For int b colon a. Now these elements you can add. Suppose sum equal to 0. Here sum equal to sum plus b. At last return sum. That's it. Now this program I'll explain. First of all, write it as it is. I'll explain, write it. With the tracing, I'll explain. Yesterday, one example you studied. It is second example. Just write it. So I didn't start advanced Java. This is core Java concept only. Okay. See, core Java up to exception handling knowledge is most important. Yesterday I explained no what is the difference between up to exception handling, after exception handling. That is remember. Up to exception handling, if you are perfect, remaining Java nothing. If the person is saying advanced Java hard, that meaning is not perfect up to exception handling. If the person is saying Selenium hard, that meaning also is not perfect up to exception handling. The person is saying Spring is hard, that meaning also is not perfect up to exception handling. That's it. Up to exception handling, language. Language, whoever perfect, for them remaining all nothing. Very simple. Okay. Application development is very easy if you are perfect in language. This is also language related concept. Language related concepts most important, lots of practice required. Okay. Is it over? I'll explain with tracing. I'll explain. Listen with more concentration. It is reference type. Primitive type, reference type. Some difference will be there. Primitive type variable, reference type variable. What it contains? What primitive type variable contains? Reference type variable. What is it? Hash code. Address. Address mapped into another code. That code implemented with hashing technique. That code is called hash code. So here, suppose if I write like this, integer x equal to 10, integer array y equal to, if I write like this, now here, what x contains, what y contains? What x contains? Data 10. What y contains? Not these elements. What it contains? Hash code. It contains hash code, not elements. Okay. That is only with the tracing, with a diagram. I'll explain. Listen with more concentration. You already studied, but once again I'm explaining. Okay. See, the execution process you observe. Demo class loaded, open brace executed, main method called, open brace executed. In this line array created. Okay, in this line array created. 1 minute. Just I'll write arrow braces here. Okay. Now you observe. Now you observe demo class loaded. First demo class loaded. Next open brace executed. Next main method executed. Okay. Open brace executed. In this line, array is left side or right side? Array is left side or right side? Right side. Array is right side. Left side array reference. Okay. Here. Right side 6 elements memory allocated. 6 elements memory allocated. It is reference type. In advanced Java, maximum reference type will be there. Okay. Primitive type part is very less. Now, integer array operator x equal to 6 elements are written. Then 6 elements are going to be stored here. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, array index begins with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one array. Okay. This is array object. Array itself object in Java. It is integer array object. Array. Array is a collection of similar data elements, same type of elements or homogeneous elements. That is, see, all integers only. That is array. It is a collection of many elements. Now, array index always begins with 0, ends with size -1. Now directly initialized. 6 elements are there, 6 elements memory allocated. Now this address copied into X, nothing but hash code. In Java, we are not calling address. Security purpose, address will not come. You will get a hash code. This contains hash code. Okay. That when this line is executed, whenever this line is executed, right side 6 elements memory allocated. Whenever this line is executed, right side 6 elements memory allocated. And index starts with 0. 6 minus 1, 5. Array itself object. So array nothing but object. That object referred by X. That X is called array reference. Whenever you call right side array, left side is called array reference. Whenever it is called object, that is called object reference. So array reference, you can call it as object reference also. You can also call variable because array is a data type, reference data type. Then variable. Reference is called variable. Reference variable. It contains hash code. Okay. Now, after that, demo object created, demo reference created. Demo object, demo reference for calling method purpose created. For calling method. Because add elements is a method of demo class. For calling that method, demo object required. That's what demo object I created. With array object, you cannot call that method. Okay. For calling add elements method, demo class object required. That's what demo class object created. That object referred by D. With that, D dot add elements. Here X. X copied in A. Now think yourself and give me answer. Here elements copied or hash code copied. Think yourself and give answer. Here X, this X copied in A. X copied in A. That means elements are copied or hash code is copied. What is copied? Hash code, not elements. If elements are copied, then what's the difference between primitive type, reference type? Now, even 1000 elements also, what is going to be copied? Hash code. So, in this A, X, in this A, this is copied. Whatever is there here, that is copied here. That means here also what will be there? Hash code. Hash code. So X refers this array. This A also refers same array. X refers that array. This A also refers same array. No change. X refers array. A refers array. Array is one only. Reference is 2. Person is one only. Having 2 names. That type. One person having 2 names. One array having 2 references. Because this reference is a local variable. You cannot access there. That's what this is copied there. So this reference X is a local variable inside the main method. X you can access inside the main only. Outside the main you cannot access. Local variable scope is limited to method only. This A is a local variable inside the add elements method. So that method scope is there only. That variable scope. That is the reason we'll copy. Now, here whatever hash code is in X, that is copied in A. Now, X also refers same array. A also refers same array. Array is one only. References 2. That is only benefit with reference data types. Now, while not only arrays, while using strings also, while using classes also, while using interfaces also, what will be copied is only hash code. Suppose one employee object will create. In that object, employee number, name, salary, address, mobile number, mail ID, so many details you'll write. But whenever you pass employee object, what will be passed? Hash code only passed. Total data not passed. That data will be there in the JVM memory. You can access with that reference like that. So here array is only one array having 2 references. It is just like a one person having 2 names, that type. Now here sum equal to 0. Sum equal to 0. First sum value 0. Here it is enhanced for loop. We can also call for each loop. Okay. that is introduced in JDK 1.5 version. Here no logic, no conditions. Just one element copied in B. That is automatically done. From that array, one element copied in B. One element copied in B. Now, A is a array reference. A is array reference. It refers array. Now, this array, from this array, one element copied in B. Now, B value. First, initially B value 2. This 2. This 2 stored in B. Now, sum equal to sum plus B. 0 plus 2. It is 2. Okay. Next. Again, next element copied in B. 5. So, B value 5. Now, again, sum equal to sum plus B. 5 plus 2. It is 7. It is 7. Now, again, 6. 6 copied in B. Now, here 6 copied in B. 7 plus 6, 13. Next, 7. 7 copied in B. 13 plus 7, 20. 20 stored in sum. It is rotated. It is loop. Again, 8 copied in B. 8. 28. 28. Next, 9 copied in B. 37. Okay. Yeah, 37. Now, this loop completed, terminated. This loop is terminated. After terminating loop, return sum. What is sum? 37. This 37 returned and copied in Y. This is copied here. Now, here, integer Y equal to sum. The type. Integer Y equal to sum. Now, this is copied in Y variable. Now, Y is primitive type variable or reference type variable? Give me answer. Y is primitive type variable. Y normal int. X is integer array. Now, here A primitive type or reference type? A is reference type. B is primitive type. Primitive type. B is primitive type. A is reference type. A type is year. B type is year. Okay. A is primitive type. Reference type. B is primitive type. Primitive type variable contains data. Reference type variable contains hash code. That is any reference. Array reference or string reference or class reference or interface reference. Any reference, hash code. That is. Like this calculated. After this system.out.println Y. I written this one system.out.println. Not there. Just you write otherwise. System.out.println Y. Then total printed. This tracing, if you want, you can write. Like this, executed. It is reference type. So here add elements method called X copied in A. At the time, hash code copied in A. Hash code copied in A. If you want, you can write this tracing. Methods with arguments and with return value. Argument I given reference type, return value I given primitive type. Primitive type, reference type. Primitive type variable contains data. Reference type variable contains hash code. Okay. Hash code nothing but like an address. Address mapped into another code. Security purpose, original address you will not get in Java. No pointers in Java. Security purpose removed. Okay. Address mapped into another code. That code implemented with hashing technique. That code is called hash code. Data structures, sorting, searching, hashing. That hashing implemented. With that hashing, very quickly memory maintained. That is the reason hashing implemented in that concept. That's what hashing, hash code. In a collections framework, you studied hashing. Those who didn't complete collections will study in hashing in the collections topic. Collections framework, hash set, linked hash set, hash map, linked hash map, hash table. 5 classes are there. In that, you will study about hashing technique. Okay. For understanding this one, hashing technique not required. No need to worry. Those who didn't study collection framework also, you will study in core Java class. At the time, you will see what is exactly hashing. For learning advanced Java, object-oriented programming knowledge enough. Collections not required. Without also you can learn. Is it over? Say, in this line, method call statement I given. D dot add elements X. X copied in A. Nothing but hash code copied in A. With this A, same array we are seeing. One element copied in B. That B calculated total sum calculated. Return sum value copied in Y. Okay, like that executed. Now, suppose this array I want to pass here. How will pass? Directly if you want to pass. Say, for example, 1 minute. Here, void show integer A. If you want to call this method, demo D equal to new demo, D dot show, directly one number will pass. Like this, suppose it is array. Is it valid? Is it valid? No. If I write like this, is it valid? If I write like this, is it valid? Yes. Sure. How many people answer yes? What happened? Is it valid? It is. I'm not asking advanced Java questions. Core Java questions only. Advanced Java I didn't start. Is it valid? How many will answer no? No also not raising hand. Yes also not raising hand. That means you are not confident. See, here, if you are perfect in subject, voice comes louder. If you are not perfect, beside person also you cannot understand your voice. That will be happen. That is confidence level. Whenever you attend interview, when interviewer asks the question, if you are confident, voice comes louder. If you are not confident, interviewer cannot understand your voice. That will be happen. And while raising hand also, if you are confident, hand will be like this. Otherwise, like this, like this, like this. That shows confidence level. Confidence level also sometimes important. With your confidence level also, you may get a job. Chances are there. If you are confident, with your confidence level is very high, what they'll think is, if I give a chance, he can learn, he can do it. Like that they'll think. That's what sometimes confidence level also most important for interview. Okay. If the interviewer, suppose, if the person is confidence level is very high, if they assume, then what he will do, he will give a chance. What they'll think is, if I give a chance, he can learn, he can improve, like that they'll think. Confidence level also important. Okay. Now, my question is, suppose it is array. See, what we did like this. Integer x equal to like this I did. Like this we written. Okay, like this we written, we passed X. Okay, suppose if it is normal A, then also you can write like this. Here X you can pass. Okay, but instead of this one, directly here one element you can pass, no? Like this possible. It is normal integer. But I'm asking integer array. Is it valid first of all? Your answer right or wrong? Think and give answer. Is it valid? No, it is not valid. Right. Next. If I write like this, is it valid? No, it is also not valid. If I write like this, is it valid? How many will answer yes? Next. How many will answer no? Now. Yes also selected, no also selected. You observe. It is not valid. It is error. You must write like this. Then only valid. Only with flower braces, it is not valid. It will not understand like an array. At the time, new integer like this required. See, I'll remove this one. File, save. You observe. Here, run as administrator. See. First of all, okay, show method. See, Java C demo.java. What you are getting? 4 errors coming. You observe. 4 errors. Okay. Now, just I'll write new integer array operator. It is valid. Compile no? Okay. So, if you want to pass array like this, you have to pass. This type of array called? This type of array is called anonymous array. You can call anonymous array or unreferenced array. Unreferenced array, anonymous array. See, you're calling this one. If you create object like this, it is called anonymous object, unreferenced object, that type. This is called referenced object. Okay. Like this you can pass. Okay. If you want to pass array like this, you have to pass. And even arrays, you can write 3 different types. Like this, valid. Okay. Like this also valid. Like this also valid. Three types valid. Array reference, say array operator with data type are written. Here with before reference are written. It is after reference are written. 3 types valid. 3 types. So in the main method also, now you can write here also valid. Here also valid. Even here also valid. 3 places you can write array operator. That is left side only. Right side fixed. Right side don't change. Right side like this only you can write. Left side 3 types allowed. Okay. With array reference, before reference, after reference, with the data type. 3 places you can write. So like this also valid, like this also valid, like this also valid. All are valid. Okay. Now this is not important. First of all, method calling important for advanced Java. Okay. Now I'll give one more method. How to call that method? Give answer. Integer array operator sort integer array operator A. This method I want to call by using object. By using object reference. Okay, object leave it, object reference give answer. I want to call. How to call this method? First integer array operator x equal to new demo dot sort. Next new int array operator braces Here elements you can write. Elements you can write. Okay. It is object. With object reference, demo d equal to new demo. Next, integer array operator y equal to new d dot sort new integer of like this. Okay, like this you can pass elements. It is valid. Okay. Here with object I call. Here with object reference I call. Okay. Like this method calling required. Okay. Suppose this is first category method with a primitive type with a reference type you studied. Okay. Now you observe this knowledge is most important. For calling method knowledge is important because further what we'll do every day we use library. Every day we use library. Library methods already logic written. Just you need to create object, you have to call the method. That knowledge is important. Okay. Now, this is first category you studied. Now, second category. Note. Next heading. Methods. Second category. Methods with arguments and without return value. Methods with arguments and without return value. Online students, I'll clarify your doubts end of the session. If you have any doubt, write it in your notebook. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Methods with arguments and without return value. What is the first category? With arguments, with return value. Here, without return value. Next, write it. Syntax. Return type. Return type compulsory. Return without return value. Here, return type, it is fixed, empty data type, nothing but void. These are primitive types or reference types. Empty data type, void. Without return value. Without return value also type required. Without return value also type required. That is empty. It is not returning, void. Say, why it is called empty? Integer x. X contains integer type. Float y. Y contains float. Void z. Can we write? No, we cannot write. That's what it is called empty. It doesn't take any data. That's what return type void we have to write. It is fixed. Second category method. Okay. Primitive types are reference types. Here return type empty data type void. Here primitive type variable, reference type variable. Is it over? See. Here you studied first example integer add, which takes integer a, integer b. Integer c equal to a plus b. Return c. Like this you studied. Now this method, which category method? First category method. With arguments, with return value. Suppose this one, if you want to make it as second category. Now Now here first without return, return keyword you have to remove. Then you have to print here only. See. Now in this case, return type should be void. Over. First category to second category. Without return value, return keyword remove. Then write return type void. Remaining same. Now, if you want to call this method, previously we written integer x. Like that void x you cannot write. Okay. Now, new demo dot add. That's it. Over. Next, demo d equal to new demo. After that, d dot add. Over. Now, here it is without return value. Return keyword not there. Without return value. Okay. At the time, return type should be void. Now, it is with argument, without return value. Already given 4 categories. What is first category? With arguments. With arguments. With arguments means we'll pass arguments like this. With return value means it will come. Second one, with arguments. Without return value. With arguments will pass. It will not return. Third category, without arguments, with return value. Only like this comes. Fourth one, without argument, without return value. No sending, no receiving. Sending, receiving is there. First category. Only sending is there. Second category. Only receiving is there. Third category. No data, no sending, no receiving. Fourth category. Like that we have to select. See further, client is in Hyderabad, server in US. You are sending some data. Again, you are receiving data. In that situation, first category. Like sending, receiving. First category. Now present what will happen? Here only sending, here only receiving. But further what will happen? Client will send to server. Server will send to client. That type of communication will be there. Okay. Client will send to server. Server will send to client. Sending, receiving is there. Use first category. Only sending is there. Second category. Only receiving is there. Third category. Only you are performing task, no data. Fourth category. Like that we have to choose. Now, here what will happen? See, demo class loaded. Open brace executed. Main method called. Open brace executed. Here object created for demo class. With that add method called. 34 copied in A. 45 copied in B. Result copied in C, printed here only. Another object created, that object referred by D. With that add method called 84 copied in A, 66 copied in B, result copied, printed. This is second category. Okay. Write this one. Here data copied or hash code copied? Data copied. Int A equal to 34. Int B equal to 45. Like this. So 34 copied in A, 45 copied in B. Again 84 copied in A, 66 copied in B. It is which category method? Second category. What is the category? With arguments without return value. Is it over? See. Now I'll give another method. Just change the method first category to second category and call the method. I'll remove. Suppose integer cube, which will take integer a. Here integer b equal to a into a into a, return b. It is which category method? First category. It is first category method. Okay. This category method with argument with return value. This one I want to make it as second category. What are the changes required? First we have to remove return b. Then what you have to write? System.out.println b. Next what you do? Int place void. It is first category to second category. I want to call this method by using object. What we have to write? New demo dot cube. One number. Next, with object reference, demo d equal to new demo. After that, d dot cube. One number. That's it. Okay. No need to write. Already you written. Learn. One example enough. Now, suppose one more I'll write. Integer max. Integer a, integer b. If a greater than b, return a, else return b. This method I want to make it as second category. What do you do? Return a, removed. What do you write? System.out.println a. Next, system.out.println b. Next, int place void. Int place void. Now this method I want to call with object. New demo dot match. Two numbers I'm passing. With object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Next, d dot max. Two numbers. That's it. Okay. Now, no need to write because already you learned in core Java class. Now, one more. Why integer add elements? It is an array. Okay. It is an array. Now, it is adding elements. Integer sum equal to 0. For loop, integer b colon a. One element copied in b. Sum equal to sum plus b. Return sum. This one I want to make it as second category. What do you write? Return sum plus system.out.println sum. Next, here remove void. This method I want to call. How to call? New demo dot add elements. Now, okay, I will initialize. How to initialize? Integer array operator x equal to now elements. Elements you can write. Can I write like this here? This is also valid. Okay. But you should not write size here. It's an error. Error in Java. While writing elements, you should not specify the size. Okay. You can write like this also valid. But new integer array operator. But you should not write size. Size if you write error comes. You can pass x. Now, with object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Next, add elements x. Well, you know, this one write it. This one write it better. It is a reference type. Is it over? It is second category method. Okay. First category, how to call, you studied. Second category, how to call, you studied. Now third and fourth also I'll explain. Third and fourth also I'll explain. Here object created, with that object add elements called. Here object reference dot add elements. Here hash code copied. Here hash code copied. At last some printed here only. Is it completed? Now third category. Note methods with arguments, without arguments, and with return value. Methods without arguments and with return value. Then no arguments. It is empty. It is primitive type or reference type. Primitive type variable, what it contains? Data. Reference type variable, what it contains? Hash code. That is, if you want, you can note down. Primitive type variable contains data, whereas reference type variable contains hash code. Primitive type variable contains data, whereas reference type variable contains hash code. So in advanced Java, while teaching program, I'll explain task, I'll explain diagrams, I'll explain steps. For every step, which method required, I'll explain. After that, I'll ask questions. You have to give answers. With your answers, I'll write the program. Instead of typing by you, I'll type. That's it. Okay. With your answers only, I'll write the program. That's what again I'm teaching this all. Okay. This is actually core Java. This is once again why we are teaching is that purpose only. I'll interact with you every day. Okay. Only myself I'm teaching, yourself you are watching means you will not get a subject. Okay. And while asking question, your answer can be right or wrong. Try to give answer. If it is wrong also, nothing will happen. I am not giving any marks. You will get a subject. Okay. With your answers only, I'll write the programs in advanced Java class. Okay. With your answers only. Every day I'll interact with you. You have to give answer. With your answers, I'll write. Instead of typing by you, I'll type. That's it. Okay. With your answers only, I'll write. Word by word, line by line, everything you have to give the answer. That purpose only I'm teaching again this all. Okay. See, further, every day only library will be there. That's it in advanced Java. Every day method calling only will be there. That's what primitive type, reference type, everything I'll cover. After that, program yourself, you have to give answer. With your answers, I'll write. It is possible. See, already I told you. If you learn my programs only can write. New program not possible. If you learn my way, any program you can write. I'll teach my way. Okay. You learn my way. If you learn my way, any program you can write. If you learn my program only can write. That's the difference. Most of the students, they are learning programs. Instead of program, learn the way you learn. It will be useful for your career. Okay. Now, Primitive type variable contains data, whereas reference type variable contains hash code. Okay. That's what every day I'll interact with you. Every day. Okay. With interaction only you'll get a subject. Only I'm teaching, you are watching like a movie, you are feeling like a theater, no use. Okay. That's what every day I'll interact. While interacting, respond. Answer right or wrong, leave it. Giving answer is important. Okay. Next. Third category, observe. Say here, return type. One return type, suppose integer. Method name, suppose get. Now, integer, some x equal to 10. This is I'll return. Now, it doesn't take any arguments, but it returns. This method, how to call, I don't explain. You can give answer, possible. First category, second category you studied. With that knowledge, you can give answer, possible. Now, what do you write? Int x equal to x also you can write. That is same x, this is same x, that is local there, this is local here. Now, next. New demo dot get. Next. System dot out dot println x. With object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Next. Int y equal to d dot get. Next. Y. That's it. Now, demo class loaded, open brace executed, main method called, open brace executed, object created here. With that object, get method called. Control comes here, get method. Integer x equal to 10, that x return. That value copied in this x. You can write same name also. X printed, 10 printed. Here object created, object reference created. With that reference, get method called. Again, control comes here, x return. The value 10 copied in y, y printed. Write this program. Online students, listen the class, End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Listen the class. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. It is which category method? Third category. Methods without arguments with return value. Is it over? Now, it is primitive type or reference type? In this program, primitive type or reference type? Primitive type. Okay. Now, I'll write reference type. Is it completed all? No. I'll write reference type. Suppose return type array. Okay. Method name, suppose get elements. Here I'll create array. Integer array x equal to, I'll write array. You can create array like this also. You can create array with new integer also. Okay. Return x. Now, I want to call this method. How to call? Integer array operator x equal to new demo dot get elements. Next, system dot out dot println x. Will it print elements? What it prints? Hash code, but we don't record hash code. No. What we are out to print? That library later. Next, how to print elements? Arrays.toString is collections framework. All people not completed collections. Collections framework with one line only we can print all. Now collections, all people not completed collections. That's what loop, enhanced for loop. Outright for integer y colon x. Next, system dot out dot println y. That is you can write now. Now with object reference, if you want to call demo d equal to new demo. Next, integer array operator sum a equal to d dot get elements. Next, for loop int b colon a. Next, system dot out dot println b. That's it. See, demo class loaded, open brace executed, main method called, open brace executed, here object created, with that object get elements method called. Control comes here. Array created, that hash code returned. That hash code stored in X. From that one element copied in Y printed. Again object reference created with that element copied. Here address hash code copied in A. That again from one element copied in B printed. Write this program. Is it completed at get elements method? Get elements. It is which category method? Third category. What is the category name? Without arguments, with written values. With written value. Now, what is written? Elements written or hash code written? Hash code. With that hash code, we are accessing elements. Okay. Hash code written. With that hash code, we are accessing elements. Is it completed? Now, last one, fourth category. What is the category? Without arguments, without written value. Here written type, what will be there? Without written value means void. It is empty data type. Nothing but void. Empty data type, nothing but void. Without argument, without written value. Without arguments, without written value. Written type fixed, empty data type void. Here no arguments, empty. Methods without arguments and without written value. Here no arguments, empty. Written type, empty data type, void. Is it completed? Four categories of methods. How to write, how to call. That is explained. This fourth one, last one. See, in the program. Further, every day method calling only will be there in advanced Java. That's what it is important. Suppose void display. It doesn't take any argument. Okay. Suppose system.out.println. Something welcome. Now, this method I want to call. Just give me answer. No need to explain. You can give answer. What you write? New demo dot display. With object reference. Demo d equal to new demo. Next. That's it. Okay. Write this one. Is it over? We'll see continuation on Monday. Be regular, every class important only. Okay. Monday we'll see continuation. Online students, if any doubts are there, now I'll clarify. Wait 2 minutes. 2 minutes, online students. Online students, one by one will clarify your doubts.
Class ID ఏం లేకనా పంపించు.
Online students, you have to wait 4-5 days for getting Google Classroom link. You need to wait. You have to wait 4-5 days for getting Google Classroom link.
When is the last day to pay the
Online students, for getting Google Classroom link, you need to wait 4-5 days. Balanjali, if you are full stack Java student, you no need to pay the fee. If you are not full stack Java student, you have to pay 3,500. 1 minute wait, online students. Yeah. Admin details I'll provide on Monday. Monday I'll provide admin details. If collection framework, multi-threading, networking not completed, you can continue. Spring, other faculty will teach. Google Classroom link, you need to wait 4-5 days. Admin number I'll provide after Monday class. I'll provide. Nishita, Oracle also required, but either parallel you learn or later you learn. but at last you have to learn. But you can understand. Without Oracle also you can understand. But parallelly you can learn, or later you can learn. Pavan, yeah, new demo dot display, D dot display, both are valid. Yeah, you will get a 3 videos. These 3 videos you will get it. Duration of this course is 65 to 75 days it will take maximum. New demo dot display, it is valid because it doesn't take argument. Monday also same link. Yeah, previous class videos you'll get it on Monday. Admin number you'll get it on Monday. Google Classroom link you will get it after 4-5 days. Yeah, notes I'll share in Google Classroom notes also, but better to write running notes also. Class time 6 to 7:30. I'll teach software downloading, software installations. I'll teach further. With core Java knowledge, Spring class, if you join, little bit confusion comes. At least Sowlet's knowledge required. After learning Sowlet's introduction, you can join in Spring class. This for loop is whatever I used for loop, enhanced for loop, that is. Yeah, with advanced Java, OOPS concepts enough to learn. Class is 7:30 to 9, not 6 to 7:30. 7:30 to 9. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can attend separate batch, but even if you don't study it, you can continue, not a problem. Yeah, it will run. See, file, save, compilation, execution. It will run. Like this integer array, if you want to return, you can return. But for loop, no, like this, you should not write. That is one element return. That problem comes. VS Code, like so many environments are there. MyEclipse, Eclipse, NetBeans, these all. IntelliJ, so many. Yeah, predefined methods with Java P command. Monday class I'll explain. Okay, Monday you will see continuation. Be regular, every class important. Monday will